Well, we have an update. It's about time, right? Hi, Khaleesi. Hi, Quarter Fate. So I told you guys that I would go live if there was a major update. This is a major update. And I just want to say, oops, hold on one second. It looks like, yes, okay. My video is live. So basically, I also want to say, yes, I said I would go live if there was an update, but I also said, and I just want to say for the record, and I was so funny because I was clipping it earlier from my live stream earlier. I was like, now that we've seen the video, now that we see how this guy's an amateur, I say he's an amateur. I was like, I'm like, he's gonna get caught. So right now, though, let me just go to I'm gonna go to my page so we have the exact or go to the sheriff, Pima County Sheriff's page. So you guys can see this. So basically, what they said was that a subject detained in connection to Nancy Guthrie investigation. Guthrie, I always say Guthrie. Earlier today, Pima County Sheriff's Department deputies detained a subject during a traffic stop south of Tucson. The subject is currently being questioned in connection to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. Additional information will be released as it becomes available. And then they said there was going to be no press conference tonight. So here we go. Yeah, no, or at least none is scheduled at this time, is what they're saying. So the other thing that I've heard, let's go back to the page, was just that, yeah, so it was during a traffic stop that supposedly it's male. Uh-oh, we're getting so many updates. And that, but let me go back to my page. Yes, here was the one I wanted to show you from Michael Ruiz, because it kind of came in like 3 parts. So he said, he started with this one. Yeah, he said, breaking law enforcement source tells me they have one person in custody, but have not found Nancy Guthrie. I am told the person in custody is in custody for questioning regarding Nancy, and they're just detained, not arrested. And so I think that's the key part. There's no arrest at this time, just detained. And so I was watching, JLR's Boots on the Ground. Oh wow, look who it is. We have everyone. We have Kinney here. How you doing, Kinney? How you doing, Christy? Hey, Gal. Wow. Okay, so everyone's here. This is awesome. Good to see you all. DFJ, you made me miss the bone and almost choke. Uh-oh. Well, I hope you're okay. I feel like you always have accidents on my stream. So yeah, you said that there's a new cow in the chat. Oh, I need to see this. This is so funny. So yeah, you guys, it was crazy though, because they said that it's not a family member. Okay. And then I'm going to go to the JLR stream. I don't know if you guys were watching it. He's in the car. So let me switch there right now. I'm not going to put the sound on just yet because I want to say what happened. That was kind of crazy. So he was like, he was boots on the ground. He had went home for the day, it looked like, and then came back when it said that someone was detained for questioning. And then he said, maybe we should go to the FBI headquarters or the FBI office, because they're not going to have this done locally. Like, they're not going to have the sheriff's department question him. So he went to the FBI building, and there was like a giant gate there, and it didn't look like a ton of activity from the entrance he went through. So I guess the chat told him, go to Banner Hospital. For some reason, they think that the suspect was injured when they were detained. But I mean, it was a traffic stop. So I don't really know that. Let's see if he's still going to the hospital, because he said he might go to the hospital and then he might go to the Pima County Sheriff's Office. I mean, it was a wild ride. But, I got to give credit to like boots on the ground. Oh, there he is. Look, that's Banner Hospital. And so is it a suspect? I don't know. It just said, someone that they're going to ask questions about. And if we go back to earlier, let me put the sound on and see if there's any updates. Hold on. Oh, that's my sound. Let's go to JLR sound.
Go to Pima County Sheriff's. And we'll see what's going on there.
So they're going to the sheriff's office, I guess. Or is he actually going to the hospital?
All right, we're at Banner.
They are literally, he's going to Banner Hospital. So this is, I did not see this report, but I know a lot of people are listening in like on the radio. Like, you know, you can listen in on the scanners. I was listening earlier. And so I think maybe someone, and it was crazy because normally there's like, I don't know, maybe like 70 people maximum on some of these like main scanners for some of the cities. And there was like 2,500 people listening for the Tucson ones. But yeah, it looks like he's at Banner. I don't know what he really thinks he's looking for. Does he think he's going to see like FBI or SWAT vehicles? I mean, if he went to the if the suspect, or I don't know if it's a suspect, again, a person who is detained for questioning, if they are really at the hospital, they would have been transported via like an ambulance. And yes, there would be law enforcement with him, but I don't know. I feel like he's probably like, I believe what that we saw in the report, that he's getting questioned. This is so funny. And what a wild ride, right? But, and I just want to say, and I clipped it earlier, and I maybe I'll post them as shorts later, or I don't know, but the amount of times I said in my stream earlier, I was like, they're going to get this guy. Now that we've seen what he looks like, someone's going to recognize him. They're going to get him. But the fact that this person, and let's go back to some of the reporting on it, because if it was during a traffic stop, like it actually might have nothing to do with this, unless like someone recognized the face, and then hold on, someone just responded to me. Yeah, unless someone like recognized his face and like gave the car, but I think they must have had footage like I feel like they must have had footage of the car all along or something. Okay, we're gonna go to this one. So this is from Fox True Crime. It says, see it, a large police presence was in Rio Rico, Arizona, after a person was detained for questioning in connection with Nancy Guthrie disappearance. The area is less than 15 miles from the port of Nogales, a premier U.S.-Mexico border gateway. So maybe the person was fleeing to Mexico? I mean, maybe. I don't know. It's wild stuff right now, right? Let me see if there's anything else I can see. Let's go to Brian Enton, because, you know, he always is in the know. Although the guy, you know, probably needs to sleep at some point. Yeah, so he had the same thing as earlier, just whatever the sheriff posted. So that's the only information we have. Again, if the person's detained, it's not an arrest. And let me see if there's anything else I had posted earlier. Oh yeah, this was interesting. So then earlier, we also had found out that hold on. That the FBI's elite hostage, let me go to StreamYard. Okay. That the FBI's elite hostage rescue team rolled into Tucson. And this is what this person said. He's like, source just confirmed to Fox, the FBI's top, and it's HRT, so hostage rescue team, is boots on ground in Tucson right now as the desperate hunt for Nancy Guthrie hits day 11. This ain't routine. HRT only deploys for the most high-risk, complex ops like hostage situations or major threats, and they're here for Savannah's mom. With Bitcoin ransom pings, we'll get to that. SWAT bomb squad moves, desert sweeps, and now HRT in play. Pray hard, America. This feels like the net closing on whoever took her. So the ransom, yeah, we're going to get to that, because it looks like supposedly only $300 was sent, because I had reported that as well. Again, I'm just going to link my ex in the chat. I mean, I think everyone here already knows. And I've been trying to be better about posting in YouTube for the people in the chat who don't like or who don't use X. So I tried to be better about that today. Oh my God, we have everyone here. I'm so excited. Hey Trish, how are you doing? You sent the bat signal earlier. Thank you. Quarterface says, I think releasing that door cam image was a bait for movement. Possibly. I mean, possibly, but also it was so obvious, like that this person was not like a conspicuous person. I mean, there was a lot of obvious, strange things there. And there was actually something funny, because remember I was making fun of his holster? Okay, good. So let me get, I actually had a funny clip on that. Let's see if JL, or he's just hanging out there. Let's see.
So I would have to know the person's name, she said, but she said, no, there's nobody here.
Yeah, well, we figured that. I think he got some bad info, but that's okay. Good for him. He's going all over so he's probably going to now go to Pima County Sheriff's Office, which is cool. Yeah, so let's go back to what I was saying before. So, yeah, exactly. So TMZ said that there was activity with the Bitcoin, with that wallet, remember, with the ransom, and then Jung said that it was less than $300. And so I don't know anything about crypto. I think it is creepy. I think the whole thing is weird. It doesn't make sense to me. And I said, I said, please tell me it's a sting, because I want them to catch those ransom scam artists. And then I said, ooh, okay, hold on one second. And then I said, did these criminals pull this scam with other victims? Like, was there another victim, like, that they said, like, oh, we have this or we have that, like, you have to give us money this way? And, you know, so maybe it like had nothing to do with Savannah. I don't know. Maybe it was like, it was some sort of way to be able to track the wallet, because maybe they try to cash out. Although I don't know why they would risk that for only less than $300 versus like 6 million. And then, and I said, I sure hope there's a way to track and catch them. And I was actually thinking about this earlier because, you know, I'm involved with like a lot of like animal like rescues and fostering. And what's really sad is like when people have lost pets, there are so like, especially lately, I've seen it so much like within the past like maybe 3-4 years. And people will like, they'll send them text or they'll respond to messages and say like, oh, we have the animal, like, just like, you know, wire us this much money and we'll give it to you. And then they end up being a scam. And it's just disgusting. And it reminded me of this. So, and in my opinion, I don't think that the ransom note is connected whatsoever to this kidnapping. And I'm so confused if this person even meant to kidnap, because, you know, why was his backpack full? And, you know, what was he doing? And this was just something funny because, you know, I was making fun of it, the way he was holding the holster and stuff earlier. Let me go to those slides. I have so many things open right now. It's not even funny. And my computer might crash any second now. But, and so if I go away, that's what happened. Yeah, I wanted to play this clip for you because this was on Fox, I guess, and it says, seems very amateur to me. That's exactly what I said, right? I said that in my stream. And it said that this guy named Ren McAaron on the suspect in the abduction of Nancy, a little bit of a soup sandwich, firearm in odd position, semi-automatic and what looks like a revolver holster, tactically tells me he has no clue what he's doing. And again, because look where he's carrying it. Like, this is so weird. And then I saw these other experts on the interview room also saying the same things I was saying before. And they're like, it doesn't even look like it's the right holster for the gun. It doesn't look like he's ever holstered a firearm before. And they actually were saying they thought that the firearm looked fake. But let me play this little segment for you.
The way the suspect approaches that doorbell camera is a bit strange. What can you glean from that? And wouldn't a pro know how to quickly disable that camera a lot faster with a sharp tool?
Yeah, just when you thought this case couldn't get any stranger, this guy is what I would call a little bit of a soup sandwich, right? He's got this firearm in this very odd position. It's a semi-automatic handgun in what looks to be a holster for a revolver in a center position, which tactically tells me he has no clue what he's doing. And then if he did some pre-surveillance, he would know he's dealing with this Nest camera, and he chooses to get vegetation. Seems very amateur to me.
I like how he calls the plants vegetation. Very, very professional word. So yeah, let's go. What else do we got? Again, this fool. I mean, I think he's a clumsy idiot. I think he's a moron. I think he's a terrible person. I think he's going to get caught. And I think he's done some terrible, horrible things. And I hope that we see justice. And for like the love of God, I hope Nancy is found, and I hope she's found alive and in one piece. Yeah. And I said it earlier, it's a totally amateur hour. Oh yeah, back to the lefty thing, because I was like, anyone that they bring in, you know how sometimes you have to like sign something saying like you understand your rights. I want to be like, are any of them lefties? Am I right about that? Because I'm pretty sure this dude is a lefty, but who knows? Oh, yes. This was for Christy, who asked in the last stream, what was the date for the Google Nest? And so this reporting, I found it. It was from February 5th. So I pulled that up for you. But then I saw something else today. And let me see if I actually still have it. Hold on. Because it said that they had been working with them for like a week now. So I don't know. That's not that. So 5 days a week. I mean, it's around, that's like whatever. It's like almost the same, but still. So they had been working with Nest for a long time. And I don't know what is going on with my screen. It's not letting me like unminimize it. Uh-oh. Oh yeah, membership. So I think I gave them all out. This is like a little pause. You know, I'm like, whatever. This is last minute. It's not extremely planned. But let me see if I have any more to give out. I might have given out all 10 for this month. And if that's the case, let's see, membership gifting. Yeah. Well, I can, whatever. I can just buy 5. I just want to give back to my chat because I just love my chat. And you guys are the best ever. So I'm just going to buy 5 more. And there you go. And we have one new emoji. We have a ringtail emoji. So if you do have a membership, all you got to do is just go. That's really funny. Gelth Walker got a membership. Congratulations. And you can use the ringtail emojis, your favorite, the ringtail. So exciting. So anyways, let me keep going. Oh yeah. Okay. So let's go back to, let's see where JLR is. What is he doing? I don't. So he left the hospital. It looks like he's going to the sheriff's station. I don't know. I mean, I would think that this person would be questioned in the FBI's office, not the sheriff's office, but maybe it has something to do with jurisdiction.
But where's the suspect? Or the person of interest? Or the person detained?
Okay. So we'll see. We'll just, I'm going to keep an eye on this. And I'm going to go back to the X and see if there's anything else I didn't let you guys know about. Yeah, so we did all that. And they were going door to door earlier. Okay. This, yeah, that's old. Yeah, so now people are talking about the hospital thing, but I don't believe it. They just told JLR there's no one in the hospital. And then this one, okay, so here's a reporter. So Brianna Whitney, she says that, yeah, we can confirm 2 or more Nancy Guthrie developments tonight. Sheriff has confirmed detainment happened in Rio Rico, Arizona. That's south of Tucson, about 20 minutes away from the Mexican border. FBI Director Kash Patel has confirmed they're looking into multiple persons of interest in the case. But see, that's why I'm confused. I was like, is the person who was detained a person of interest? Or, I mean, like, is it actually a suspect? Or, you know, or is it just like I don't know. I have so many questions. Yeah, some people are really behind on the reporting. Like, that's old news, dude. I don't see anything else that new. Oh yeah, again, SWAT was there. So, oh, that's what people were saying. They thought maybe someone had heard on the scanner that the person in the hospital was around 84, like an 84-year-old. And so I think that's why people thought maybe Nancy was at the hospital, but I have my crossing my fingers that Nancy is okay, but I just, you know, if she's still okay at this rate, honestly, it's a miracle. And I'm just so confused about what happened. So let me see what you guys are all thinking. Oh, you heard it was 85. Oh my God. Khaleesi, what are you doing? Oh, Khaleesi just gave me a super chat. Thanks for the update, TFJ. That is so generous of you. You did not have to do that. Like that means so much to me. Khaleesi, I feel so bad. Thank you very much again. Like, I just, you're one of the reasons like why I am still so motivated to do this, even though I'm getting terrible views, like terrible numbers, especially for the true crime. I mean, my past 3 Nancy videos, like haven't got more than like, 200 views or something. So it's not getting picked up. It's not getting seen at all. And, so it, sometimes I'm just like, well, like, why am I even here? But then you guys are so nice and so supportive. And I really, really appreciate it. So thank you. That is very generous. Let's see. I'm not seeing any. Yeah, I feel like none of the regulars are out. But, that's why I didn't think like, I don't think that there's going to be an arrest maybe tonight. But they know this bum is. They know who this guy is from the video. And now people are trying to like match the faces. I don't think that's like a fun game to play. I think like we're gonna find this person. It's gonna be sooner than later. Okay, let me go to this one. I mean, some of them are saying breaking news, but is it really breaking news? It says serving a search warrant with FBI. Oh, here, this is breaking. Pima County Sheriff's Department says it's serving a search warrant with the FBI in Rio Rico, Arizona, in connection to the Nancy Guthrie case. It's happening just half an hour from the Mexican border. So they're serving a search warrant. So it was a traffic stop initially. So, and then the person was like detained for questioning. And then, so where's this search warrant exactly? I need to find a drone. I need to get a drone footage. Let me see. It's always the Fox usually has the drone. Although, maybe they're not allowed to fly it this late at night. Yeah, I don't see the live drone. Okay, I'm going to put it back on home. Yeah, that was so funny. JLR really did go to that building. Okay, here we have some.
For Nancy Guthrie here in Rio Rico. This is south of Tucson, north of the border, north of Nogales, Arizona. You can see behind me, this is off of a frontage road. Camino Gozo is blocked off by the Pima County Sheriff's Department. And they just confirmed to me in person here just a few minutes ago that this is connected to this statement that they released on their X account, saying earlier today, Pima County Sheriff's Department deputies detained a suspect during a traffic stop south of Tucson. The suspect is currently being questioned in connection to the Nancy Guthrie investigation. They say that additional details will be forthcoming. They also said that they have many more units coming. They've actually asked us to move our car a little bit further away so that they have room for many of these. So it's certainly an active investigation. We're going to stay on top of this for you.
Well, thank you. Thanks for staying on top of it for us. So, those of us who thought we were maybe going to sleep tonight, good luck with that. These ones are always like drive me crazy when people look up the flight things. I'm like, there are airplanes all the time. Like, it doesn't mean anything. The people who post that stuff drive me nuts. Yeah. So I mean, I do. I saw Lori said it somewhere like, I demand my drone. I do. I want my drone. That's going to be like, I think a goal maybe for like the end of this year. If I like ever have a chance to like, get my head above water and breathe. I want to learn how to like do a drone thing. I think it would be a good security thing to have maybe. You said you want to give memberships, but I didn't see that option. Khaleesi, you're so cute. Well, thank you. Because, basically you just gave, do you want me to gift? I can gift the memberships for you. Do you want me to? I just love DFJ keeping us up to date. She deserves all the numbers. Well, thank you, Christina. I really appreciate it. Mystery Diva says, guy in video could be Tommaso's bandmate. Tommaso and Annie can't pay their mortgage due to gambling debts. How do we know they have gambling debts? So they asked Nancy for inheritance now, and she said no. I mean, that's pretty bold. Who asks someone for their inheritance early? Because like you have to know you're inheriting something. I don't know. That seems really dark. People don't know what they want until they show them. Oh yeah, that was a Taylor Swift quote. I know that because as Blake Lively would say to justify that wardrobe that she picked out for that movie. I try to keep showing them, but it's me against the algorithm and I'm losing right now. So thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Okay, so let's keep going. Oh my gosh. Thank you so much, Lori Jane. Girl, I love your coverage. You are my Aaron Spencer BFF. And you are our Aaron Spencer BFF, Lori Jane, because you're the one who got us into it. You're the one who was going to make the effort, I think, to go down there. And then last minute, the whole trial got, well, everything, the judge removed, the weather delays, and now they had to get a new judge. And again, like you said, trial is in March, most likely. So, which, I think would be after the sheriff election, right? So that's going to be wild. But I appreciate you so much. And that means the world to me. Thank you for the super chat. Oh yeah, you do have to get a license for flying drones. That's what I heard. So do I have to go to drone flying school? I need to look into that. Someone in the Bible did that, asked his father for his inheritance while his father was still alive. What? Was it Judas? Oh, wow. Look at this. You guys are so amazing. Tiffany, thank you so much. Tiffany gifted 5 memberships. And again, if you have a membership that you're green, you got to turn green. And so it's sometimes easier visually to see what you say in the chat log. And then also, if you go to the chat box, there's a little happy face, press that, and you'll see the custom emojis. I'm a big fan of the milk jugs emoji because the shout out to the Blake Lively case. It's really funny, in my opinion. The squirrels are so cute. Those are from Lena. And then what else do we have? And then the ringtail one. That was a shout out to Christina and Laura. Laura's, I think, the one who made it, and she said that we could use it. So glad you know what I was saying, DFJ. The difference is really you have something worth watching. Well, I really appreciate that. Thank you. And Tiffany says she's almost always here, even though I'm not always in the chat. I love to know that. Thank you so much, Tiffany, and I appreciate you. Quarter Fate says, no, let me see where JLR is. Hold on. I'm just gonna put his live feed up. Oh, he went back to the hospital for reals. Why is he back at the hospital? I wonder why he's back there. I think they must know something.
Rio Rico Suave. Why did somebody say Rio Rico Suave?
I know, poor guy. He probably is delirious. Quarter Fate says, I project everything onto my personal life. I got a pain in the pit of my stomach and had a panic attack when my brain went there for 2 seconds, thinking if only one of my kids were kidnapped. So are you an empath? That's what CJ kind of she's an empath. So sometimes it's really hard for her to do the true crime because she'll get so into it and then she really feels with her. And I honestly, I think that's one of the reasons I'm so invested in this case is because who kidnaps grannies? I feel like everything about this is so wrong. And just watching the video, was that his intention? Because it did look like his backpack was pretty full. So I was like, well, what were you going to take, dude? And if you were going to go in there and take something, how did you end up going in there, not taking the valuables that we know of, and then leaving with an 84-year-old grandmother? How does that even happen? So I think that's what feels totally wild to me. Is I feel like we need answers. And I feel like the more we know about all these crazy people, the better we can protect ourselves and our loved ones. It just says it was not Judas, but I think it was the story of the prodigal son. So not a real person. Well, I don't know. I don't want to go by rumors, but Quarter Fate, how do you do that? I don't have the membership gift option. So I'll tell you, for those who do want to know, where is that? Okay. So if you press the little dollar sign next to the chat box, and then there's the first one says super sticker, then super chat, then memberships, and membership gifting is the 4th one. If you go to that one, that's how you give out super chat or how you give out memberships. Just for anyone who wanted to know. Prickly Pear, how you doing? She will never live down the milk jugs. No, she won't. Never. Khaleesi says the prodigal son asked for his inheritance early, and it is sad, but the dad forgave his son when he spent it all and came back. Sometimes we are all the prodigal son. You know, it's like, do you guys remember, was it Silverstein, Shel Silverstein, I think? Like the books that I used to read, all of his books when I was little, and there's like the Giving Tree. It feels like something like that. But I don't even think that it's worth going there yet. I do think if it was the family, like we should have probably had an arrest sooner. It is, but obviously I also don't believe in coincidences, and it is a very alarming coincidence that why was so much of the SWAT search and rescue team and FBI and the sheriff's office, why was so many of that law enforcement personnel towards Annie and Tomas's area today? You know, I don't know, but I don't, that was not Tomas, like whoever that guy was, I don't think has anything to do with them. So maybe they know each other somehow. I don't know. You heard the gambling story too. I don't know where that's coming from. You know, I tried to stay up to date with everything and I never heard that one. Oh, wow. Okay, Bella, hello. That's what my uncle did to my granny in the story. I told you my uncle had already got his inheritance when my granny was alive, then sued her anyways. Oh, yeah, that's right. You know, there are some just like evil jerks like that. Like, but it is so crazy to me also because like, and I think your relative was older, right? And was like in the hospital or something. But I mean, Nancy is 84 years old. You know, statistically, she's probably not going to be around that much longer. They couldn't wait. And also, though, at the same time, you know, I feel like with grandparents, it's like priceless to them to have family nearby, to have their grandkids nearby. I could see if she had the money, why wouldn't she want to help them? I don't know. Whoever showed up at that door, that was not Tommaso and that was not Annie. So I think we're safe at least saying that, you know? Lori says, I thought about poor Nancy. See this person when being woken up. Yes, exactly. Oh, maybe you can't gift memberships on the phone. That's probably it. Maybe a computer. That's probably what it is. Because it's the same thing, I think, right? With like, if you want to hype a video, can't you only do it like from the phone and not the laptop? YouTube is wild sometimes. You guys are amazing. Here's Gail. I'm wondering, could it be linked to something Samantha was researching for the news? I don't know. I don't think so. Like all the latest things she was researching is the Olympics, you know, and then now she's not even there. It's just so sad. Oh, Quarterfate says the $sign only gives super chat and super sticker option. I don't know. So it looks like he left the hospital. So we get some more updates? I'm just checking. Oh yeah, let me show you guys this. This is what I was saying earlier. So this was from Fox True Crime, and they said back-end systems. The FBI has been working with Google for a week on the surveillance video released today in the Nancy Guthrie case, according to a federal source. And then I'm just like, why did it take a week? I feel like that's a really long time. I don't know. I just feel like it's a really long time. Like, it's not like they had to physically dig for anything. They know the date. I don't know. Mystery Diva, Nancy already helped them with money in the past. This time she said no. So how do we know that? Sorry, I'm just asking questions. I'm not questioning you. I'm just, in my personal, I like to always try to like put out sources or cite my sources when possible. So if that's true, like, tell me where to look so I can pull it up. Okay. Yes, this is true, Trish. JLR spoke with a neighbor today. She said Annie and Tomas had moved in about a year ago. They were having work done on the house before moving in. I know he was talking it up with all the neighbors today. And let me go to home. Looks like we're getting some more posts happening now.
So we're at the sheriff's department. It looks like Marana police just came back here. with the sheriff's command post. These were some of the vehicles that we saw leave earlier today. So now we believe that these were part of the investigation. Again, the sheriff's command post and then Miranda police just arriving back here at the Pima County Sheriff's Department tonight, likely involved with the Nancy Guthrie investigation. We believe, as we were hearing, that these agencies were involved together. Everybody just getting back here tonight.
That's great news. Here we have some more. This from 6 minutes ago. Potential break. The Pima County Sheriff's Department, assisted by the FBI's evidence response team, is conducting a court-authorized search at a location in Rio Rico, Arizona, in connection with the Nancy Guthrie investigation. Authorities confirm the operation is expected to last several hours. So who is this? And Rio Rico, Arizona, so it's really south, so it's by the border. Yeah, so originally I was thinking about maybe like going to Arizona because it's like not that far from me, and I love Arizona and I'm really familiar with Arizona. Again, I've spent a lot of time in Arizona, and I was like, okay, well, if something happens during the day, like, but Tucson's actually a lot further, and now that they're talking about going, you know, whatever's happening is like all the way down by the border. It's like, oh, forget it. I'm gonna stay right here. Why the hospital? Yeah, I don't know. I think because I think there was reports that there was an older person who had been transported, and I think people thought it was Nancy. But then there was also reports that like maybe the suspect was injured while they were getting detained, but that could have been anything. Like the Arizona, like, you know, Tucson's like, it's a big city. There's a lot of things going on around there. Like this isn't the only case happening, you know? So when things come on the scanner, everyone's assuming that it's for this case, but there's still car accidents. There's still a lot of things going on. Yeah, FBI needed a warrant, but they have a judge on call for this case. I guarantee it. So as soon as they have the info, like as soon as they have info, that they're getting their warrant signed, no question. Yeah, quarter fate. I learned that Apple takes 30%, YouTube takes 30%, and the rest goes to the content creator each time you do a super chat or sticker. I don't know. I like this is like, it's a very strange system. The people who are able to make livings off it, I don't know how, because like, I mean, I have some videos that say like, oh, you've made like 0.001 cent. I was like, really? I made 0.001 cent. Like that shouldn't even be an option. Like it should start at 1 cent. That means that like I have to get 3 more times the views just to get a penny. So I don't know. The YouTube monetization thing is a mystery to me. I don't understand it. Let's see. You think the $650,000 house is just a motive? Oh, is just, oh, you think it could be a motive? I don't know. Because didn't they move in a year ago? That's true. Ashley Banfeld's source said Tommaso was the main suspect. Well, she also quantified that with at the time. Remember? She was like at this time or whenever that was. DFJ, did you find anything about her dog being poisoned in December? No, there was a few people talking about that. And it never came up in my feed or any of my research. But I have to look back on that because I mean, if it's a rumor, if it's a friend or something, like I just want to know what the timing of the FBI's image release suggests. Well, I don't care what it suggests. I just want facts. Like we want to know what's happening now. Okay, here we go. Here's one. This says Santa Cruz sheriff vehicles outside of a residence in Rio Rico, Arizona. I'm going to have to get on Google Maps. Like, I've never even heard of Rio Rico. Well, now this is going to be a trending word. Coffee time. Seriously. I feel like my brain's already fried from from just following this earlier. And like, I figured that there would be like an arrest. I figured that guy would be get caught soon. But I didn't think that like it would like tonight. I don't know. I just didn't feel like we would get anything like really that big tonight because it sounded like the what was it? The hostage and rescue team that was sent out. Like when they say it's like deployed, it doesn't mean that they like literally are deployed to the scene at that time. I thought they just meant they had just got into town, but it looks like they got into town and got working right away. So that's awesome though. Kay Bella says, if it was Nancy safe at the hospital, I'd bawl my eyes out. I'd be so happy. Oh my God. Yes. Same. Me and Kenny say same. Probably the whole chat says same. That would be amazing. But again, I just, that bumbling idiot that we saw who got like thrown off by a freaking doorbell camera, I do not buy it that was the ransom. Same person who did the ransom notes. And also they didn't, as far as we know, the ransom wasn't paid out. So I don't think that they think it's the same person either. But that makes it really sad because what did then we have to think like, did this person just then kidnap her for nothing? That's weird. Who kidnaps grannies? It's not like people are trafficking grannies, not to sound like insensitive or anything, but like realistically, if they took her out from the house and this is not for ransom, that's really dark. What happened? I hope to God she's alive, honestly. Yes, that's right, Mystery Diva. There is a huge convention going on. Isn't it like a gem convention or something? Which actually sounds really interesting. Oh, Lori Jane, I can't ever hype my DFJ's videos. Why not? Am I not hypeable? I should be. I don't know how that works. I just know that like you can only like do it on the phone, I think. But that's a bummer. Now they hurt grannies and dogs. That's just gonna make me so, whoever these sickos are, and if that dog story is true, like I want that person to go down. And I want the crypto scammers to go down, the ransom scammers, and I want this kidnapper to go down. I want everyone to go down. I want all of them to go down. Wow, Lori, I don't even have a hype feature. Not sure why. Quarter Fate, you don't have it like even on the do you use the app on the phone? That's how like that's the only place I've seen it. Rio Rico is about an hour away from Tucson. Should I pull up the Google map again? Or the Google Earth again? Hold on. Oh, that's the wrong thing. Hold on. 1 second, please. I'm just going to Google Earth. And let's look up Rio Rico. I wonder if I have to put an address in this thing or if it'll show us the whole thing. Rio Rico is an unincorporated community and census-designated place in Santa Cruz County, Arizona. Population is like 18,962. Well, that was back in 2010 census. It's a long time ago. Okay, that's interesting. Can we see like a close-up? Also, geez, stop the pop-ups. Okay, so where's Tucson? That's Rio Rico. I mean, this can't be that far from Tucson. Where's Tucson? I don't know, but it doesn't look like a lot of much there. Does it let you? I don't know. Well, Tucson should be more north then, right? Yeah, okay, so here we go. So here's Tucson. And so I guess it's, what is it? Is it maybe like, does it look like an hour away or something? I don't know. I can't actually, I have no idea. I have no idea how far that is, but that looks pretty far to me. So if the person was detained around here, maybe they're not, like, where do they take them to? Do they really take them all the way back to like the Pima County Sheriff's Office? Or do they, I don't know. Wow, look, there's a wildlife refuge. Yeah. Too bad Google Earth doesn't show anything live. So weird. Oh, it goes to a fitness center. Yeah, I don't know. Who knows? Anyways, let's go back. Sorry, we got really sidetracked there. Let's see what JLR is. Oh, he's on. I'm not sure where this is, where he is. There's a lot of media, y'all. This is a lot of media. Hold up. Who is this? Who is that? Wow, they have like crazy lighting for these people.
Hi, how are you? So, are you the one that sent that message? What's happening here? Is the person here?
I don't believe so.
You don't believe so?
But don't take my word for it. I just spoke in the spot. We've been following you since you left the order. So
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Stay safe.
You too. I'm trying to. What about Rio Rico? Do you know the location of Rio Rico?
We're neighbors to Tucson. We live here. We know every street. You were driving around today. I said you could have just hired me.
Really?
I drove you everywhere.
You know it all, right? You know every street.
But we were in the way to go to the map.
So he's trying to find like where he's going to go to Rio Rico. Well, good luck with that. I don't. That looks pretty far away. Let's see what else we have. Let's see any other updates. What are you all saying in the chat? Remember the ICAC at the Sisters? I do. Okay, Bella, I do. That is that. What was it? The International Children. What was it? International. I have it in my slide. Let me get it. It was. Yeah, it was this one. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. So supposedly they're the best of the best for data extraction, and that there doesn't necessarily have to be some sort of crime against children, but like it is really weird that they were called, in my opinion. But you know, Trump, they had the resources of everyone. Hold on one second. I'm gonna get some tea. Hold on one second. I'll put the sound on for JLR. Hold on.
Pretty cool. I got some soap. All right, so yeah, I'm gonna use it later. So, all right, so they don't think this person is here. They don't think this person's here. So what we're gonna do is let's just go to Rio Rico. Why not? Let's go down there and see what's going on. I mean, and then we can always shoot back up here. It's gonna be a long night, folks. So what we have to do though, got to make a few stops. Stops would be I got to get gas. I have to return a rental car with gas. Otherwise, they will charge me a significant premium. So,
You guys, JLR, I mean, he has, and I have to give credit. I linked him in the description again. And I know people have their thoughts, whatever, but he's boots on the ground. He's been everywhere tonight, everywhere today, I would say. And he also is very generous about being able to use his stream. He doesn't copyright strike, and he says to use it, and he wants to get the word out there of the case and what's happening. And he's one of those people that does support, like, you know, it takes a village sometimes. It takes the community to, you know, to come together to help with some of these cases sometimes. So, you know, I appreciate him being there. So Kenny says, Bob on the interview room is saying that law enforcement is devoting a lot of resources to the area around Annie and Tommaso's house. They really were. They really were. And, you know, you just have to wonder. I mean, I don't know if you want to you know, the thing that is still alarming. Was it today that we went through the criminal complaint of that guy who sent the hoax ransom? I mean, I think all the ransom things are like, you know, fake, but whatever. Remember, he sent the one from Los Angeles, and he had only sent the text to Annie and to Tommaso and not to Savannah. And I just thought that was a little bit strange. And I know they're calling it a ransom text, but like if we looked at it, we read it together, it did not seem like he was asking for money. It was really weird, don't get me wrong, but it didn't seem like he asked for money, because here, I'll just go to it right now. So it said, on or about February 4th, shortly after the video was published, as Annie and Tommaso, the daughter and son-in-law of Nancy, both separately received a text message from the following number stating, this was the text, "Did you get the Bitcoin? We're waiting on our end for the transaction." So that doesn't say, that's it. That's all it said. So, and the fact that like they received it while they were in Arizona and he was in California, this guy's like effed. He's totally fucked. Because this is a federal complaint and they always win. So, except for Diddy, they didn't really win there. But that was like, you know, he had like $500 million worth of lawyers. Like, that's what you get. But yeah, it just, I don't know. It doesn't seem like he didn't give a wallet number. He didn't say anything like that, but there's still something like so weird about this like thing to me. And that he called them. He called one, oh, sorry. It says data received shows approximately 3 minutes after the text messages were sent, Kalela called a family member of Nancy, which lasted 9 seconds. And it's like, why don't we know which family member that was? And like, what do you mean he called? Like, did they answer? Was it just ringing for 9 seconds? Like, I need a little more details here, FBI. I don't appreciate being left hanging like this. We're trying to get facts. Okay. Let me see if there's anything else coming out here. Got the same, and that, like, you know, a lot of people, they just like repost all the same photos. Okay. Let's see. We have, here we have Brian Enton. You want me to go to him? Hold on.
Hey guys, so I just got to Rio Rico, Arizona, and this is where
that echo is not me. He's been having these issues the whole time he's been there.
The subject was pulled over in the case involving Nancy Guthrie. You know, there's this.
Oh my God, he was delivering DoorDash when he was pulled over.
This person is being questioned right now. This is where the traffic stop was, right here, Rio Rico, Arizona, and it appears that the person may also live in this area, though I'm not sure. They've got the roads closed out here. I literally just got here. They're just calling it a subject right now, not a person of interest, not a suspect. Sorry, the lighting is really bad out here. But that's the latest. Let me go talk to some people and see what I can find out. But again, this is Rio Rico, Arizona. This is where the person was detained. And the latest from my sources is, unfortunately, you know, they have not located Nancy Guthrie, but they do have this person detained and being questioned right now, not being called a person of interest, not being called a suspect. So that's I'm right near the border, by the way. This is right near the Mexico border, very, 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 very close.
Wow. So the guy was door dashing when he was pulled over. Someone is not getting their food tonight unless they have the good cop. Oh my gosh. Do you guys remember this? Hold on. Let's see. Hold on. I already had it waiting for y'all. Let's see. I hope there's sound. Where's the sound? Oh, hold on. So unless that an officer went, they do have enough resources that they could deliver the they could deliver the food. Someone could go deliver the person's food if it was in the middle of an order, but who knows? Inspector, how you doing? You say he was about to be Bitcoin rich, but in the meantime, he'll DoorDash. It doesn't add up, right? It just doesn't add up. It is not the same person. No way. Those ransom people were totally different. So funny. Quarterface says, my anxiety is so bad at times that my body fights the melatonin crazy. You have to do that breathing thing, you know, where they say like, breathe in, you take in the breath for like, what is it? 6 seconds, or I think it's 7-5, something like that. You breathe in for like 6, or breathe in for 6, hold for 7, and then breathe out for 5 or something. They say if you do that like 3 or 4 times, like it'll help your nervous system. And then, you know, there's so many, you probably could watch like so many funny videos at night. It's crazy that like I fall asleep to true crime. It makes me sleep like a baby. Yeah, the DoorDash guy didn't do it. Cops out here detaining anyone. I don't know. It's someone that knows something, you know, they're questioning them about the case. Maybe it's the guy's roommate, you know, who knows? Maybe it's a relative. Maybe we have no idea. Yeah, come on, FBI. We're doing an investigation here. Mystery Diva says he called Tommaso. He was fake. The one who actually kidnapped her is real. There's zero reason to kidnap an 84-year-old woman except for ransom, but she passed due to no medication. Well, God, hopefully not. But then, okay, let's just say they are connected, right? I'm gonna put on JLR's feed, or yeah, is that JLR? Did I say his name right? JLR's feed. I'm starting to fade you guys, so I'm only gonna be on it a little bit longer. But he, yeah, what were you saying? Okay, so let's just say that it was that he went in there with the intent to kidnap this woman. If you're gonna ask for $6 million and you're taking this fragile, like, older person, how do you not take anything that they need to keep her alive? They're not even taking her medicine. That doesn't make any sense. Not at all. And how was that idiot he was so caught off guard by a freaking doorbell cam? You think that's the same person that is somehow untraceable with these Bitcoin demands? It doesn't add up to me, but I do see what you're saying. Why kidnap her? And Inspector said it before, and I'll repeat it because I think he had a point, is that they panicked and maybe something happened, they panicked, and then they ended up having to take the body. But what I said, I was like, well, usually, like, if something went wrong and there was panic, wouldn't you leave the body, you know, to like get the hell out of there? But I guess maybe they're worried about DNA on the body or worried about something. But I think, yeah, something is really wrong with this entire picture. Listen, DoorDash guy, you'll be DoorDashing in Pelican Bay if you don't give up your roommate. I don't know. I wonder. And, you know, I feel like if anyone's going to get footage of this guy, it's going to be JLR. He is determined. The fact that he drove to the FBI building is so funny to me. But that's, you know, you got to give him credit. And something else, what kind of turned me on him, because I remember, like, I had heard the things before and about Sandy Hook and all that stuff that happened with JLR. And I was like, oh, God, you know, I don't like when people do that kind of stuff with true crime. But then, you know, whatever, now he's doing good things and he's boots on the ground. But during the Sebastian, remember Sebastian Rogers, that case where I think it was like 14-year-old went missing, and there was so many like grifters and people like that went onto that case that were not doing good things. And JLR called them all out, and he's like, look, I was a grifter, and he's like, I was the epitome of a grifter, so I know what grifting is and I know what you're doing. And I thought that was pretty legendary. Like, he owned his stuff, and so whatever. But he really is, like, he has the drive to do what he's doing, so good for him. And again, I appreciate that he lets us use his footage. DFJ, you need to watch Wrathful Proser's True Crime. She dropped an hour ago. What was it on? Kay Bella says her anxiety as a professional needs professional help. I'm going to maybe have to start bringing some emotional support animals to the stream, I think, because we got a lot of them around here. Maybe I can add them on. I don't know how I would do that. I have to send a link maybe to a different device. Or I wonder if I could add a camera onto this. I don't know. Because there's a lot of them around here. And maybe they would help because they're just so sweet. Okay, so let me see what else y'all are saying. What do you guys think is going to happen? Do you think that I don't think we're going to get an arrest tonight. That is true, Lori Jane. Where'd you go? Yes, Cash Patel is still in Arizona. That is true. But apparently, remember, it was a pre-planned trip. It was something he had planned beforehand. But there was a good photo he had posted. I forgot to repost this from Brian. I just want to say. Door dashing, one word, door dashing to detained. Okay, let's go. What was I was going to show you. Yeah, let me go to Cash's page because he had posted like I think it was supposed to be a war room photo, maybe. Here we go. Is this one? He said, thanks to our FBI Phoenix and Tucson team for working 24/7. You didn't say thanks to the Pima County Sheriff's Office for welcoming them. That's a joke. Yeah, so I do have faith that I do think that they're going to find that guy, and I think that he probably left a lot of DNA. I think that they know who that is, but I hope they can find Nancy. And I want to believe that she was kidnapped, because that means that maybe hopefully she's still alive, but I don't know. I can't make sense of it yet. Oh, look at everyone using the emojis. That's so cool. Gelf says, door dashing to Detained should be that crazy lady that copped up to 8 years, and that beast with the purple hair that pepper sprayed people's food because they don't tip. Yeah, that's true. That's crazy. I only get my Uber Eats from one place, and they always staple everything shut, so I don't worry about people messing with food, but that's so strange to me. Yeah, this is sadly, I don't think we're dealing with the top brass of sheriffs either. He sucks. This prickly bear. I feel like were a little bit, they were not very, what's the right word? Yeah, maybe not super, super, super professional, or I don't know if that's the right word, but I feel like maybe there was some missteps there in the beginning, and this could have been solved quicker if not. Inspector says his backpack was filled with DoorDash items he was going to deliver after the kidnapping. That's what I don't understand. Why was his backpack full? That's why I was like, okay, so was he going house to house stealing stuff or something? But when you do something like that, you want it to be quick. If you're going to steal things, you should be in and out. And this guy was messing around with the camera let's go back to the timeline that we went over today. I don't know, for 25 minutes, it looks like. Okay, that's the wrong one. It was this one. Here. Yeah, so I mean, this was just based on the timestamps from before. And actually, and this might not even be right, it might actually have really been almost 40 minutes by the time he discovered the doorbell camera and going inside and getting her. I don't know. But yeah, what was he doing? It just seemed like run in and run out if he was stealing things. And then if he wasn't trying to take things from her, then was he the intent really to kidnap her? But this guy seems like such a moron to be kidnapping someone. I don't know. I don't know how to explain any of this. Yeah, I agree with you, Christy. Why would his backpack be stuffed so full? And I don't know, was he carrying around a Dexter thing or something? How Dexter always went out with the backpack of supplies? I don't know. Because they still haven't reported any of her belongings missing. We don't know if any of her, if she had valuable. The only thing I would think of is jewelry is usually what it is. I mean, maybe she had cash or something, but they left her wallet. If this was really, just a robbery, why not take the Apple Watch? Why not take the phone? Seems strange to me. Yeah, we won't get into that mystery diva. In my opinion, it's in the past, and I think what happened to Gelf? Quarter Fate? Yeah, I think it's in the past, and I think if someone's doing something good, I'm let's just go with it. He's made the amends, whatever. That was a long time ago. You can look it up. There's a whole Wikipedia page. Now, if DoorDash, Inspector says, now if the DoorDash guy did it, I'm impressed he kidnaps Granny, has time to send ransom notes and DoorDash. It doesn't make sense, right? And then what was he on a bicycle then? Or something? Because where's the car? Where's the rest of the footage? I have to imagine if they pulled this footage from the front camera, the other camera was still hanging there. And I have to ask you guys. So everything that we had heard up until today was that the doorbell camera was not there. So they had thought the suspect had taken it. And then sometime today, it sounded like Fox was saying that the police had taken the doorbell camera. And in my recollection, the police had only taken 2 other cameras, but not the doorbell cam. So I don't know if that was new information or what that was. Where did Kenny said they were talking about how it seemed like he just grabbed the stuff he had around the house and went with it. The backpack being reflective and the gloves seemed like winter gloves under latex. I know it seemed like that was so weird because like his hands were so puffy because it looked like he had like, yeah, all these different gloves on and he's in the desert. Like, what is he doing? And then he had the latex like over and I was like, how are you going to pull your gun? Like, it's not even oh my God. It was just, and then I think I had heard them say, because I only watched the very beginning of it where they were saying like, one of the guys was like, I think that could even be a toy gun. And they're like, maybe they're just, he had it for, to try to scare the person. We don't know if it was a real firearm though, Mystery Diva. And I'll say that holster did not match the firearm. So usually when you buy one, you buy the holster that fits it. So it doesn't, that really, we don't even know if it was a real one. And the way that he was wearing it, again, so dangerous. All he had to do if he pulled it up, I still can't believe it. I think that picture is one of the funniest things I've ever seen. All he had to do if he pulled it up and like had his finger on the trigger, or like if there was a misfire, like as soon as he pulls this up, it's like there goes his thingy dingy, like there goes his manhood, which I wouldn't mind if he had done that. I think he deserves that. My slides are all over the place today, you guys. We're gonna go back to JLR's. Now he's walking, so I think he's landed somewhere. It doesn't look that busy wherever he is. Is he back at a hospital?
Hello.
I don't think you can film in the hospital. What is this place? No, this is an airport. Look, it says Enterprise in the background.
What's this here?
He's at an airport? Oh, because does he have to return his car? I don't know what's happening there. I'll say it. Kay Bella says, I'll say it. The granny napper is an idiot. Totally. I will say it too. Inspector says, guys carrying luggage to a home invasion kidnapping. So it's like he wasn't trying to like make a quick run for it. It was so weird. I still can't get over it. And like, why was he spending so much time in the front? Like, I do wonder if we just don't see it in the video. Like he did try opening that door and then went to the back. Like, when did he end up going to the back? People are psychos, says Khaleesi. Well said. I agree. Hello, Vanjie says you can't hype while live. Once you post it, you can't. Okay. So thank you. We did not know that. So once the live is over, then I think you can try to hype it. That's good to know. Thank you. I honestly, I do not understand any of that stuff. The interview room called it an unalive kit. Okay, so what was this person going in there and unaliving them with the goal of taking her, or was the goal to leave her? And if you have a kit, why are you having to take the body? And there's, with older people, there's a lot easier ways to try to go about it because a lot of them are fragile or have medical issues already. Like you don't need a whole kit. Kenny says, what if the backpack was like a blanket or a tarp? Oh, that makes sense. So then but then again, is that the intent that he was why would he be taking her? So they take out like the blanket and then like wrapped her in it and took it out. Oh my God, in college, we lived next, there was always these like stories that the apartment next to the sorority house like was trafficking these people in these carpets because they were rolled carpets. I don't know. I swear sometimes like, crazy college girls, you don't get enough sleep and, rumors start. But I like will never forget that. I was like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. Like, would they really take those carpets and put people in them? Like you would die. They're so heavy. And yeah, that was what that's what your thing reminded me of. Like, so did he try to like wrap her up and then bring her the carpet? It was one person. It's like that's a lot to carry. I don't know. Lori Jane Patel said that they went to a private sector. I saw that to get this, that sheriff couldn't. Yes. He said they have leads to the person of interest. So that's what he was saying. Like for the camera, they went to the private sector, right? To help with getting the images from the camera and the footage. That's what I believe. Gelt Walker says murder kits are more common than you think. You guys are so funny. Oh, Lori says Patel said they will be working throughout the night. Well, that makes sense to me because, he probably has places to go. I'm sure he wants to go to the Olympics and stuff. He's like, let's wrap this up. I don't want to stick around Tucson any longer. Hold on 1 second, you guys. Okay. I'm back. What is JLR doing? For reals? Is he getting his car? Is he taking a break? I have no idea what he's doing. But so let's go back to X. Let's see what's going on there. Any more updates? I'm going back to Brian Enton. Okay, we have an update from Brian Enton from 5 minutes ago. Just spoke with the mother-in-law of the man who is detained. She owns the house and says there's an ongoing search warrant and they took all of their electronic devices. She insists her son-in-law is not involved. Well, okay. I'm reposting that. Wow. So the mother-in-law of the man who is detained. So it would be like her daughter's husband. Is that what that means? So this person who was detained lives at the parents' house, was door dashing, and was detained. But he's not involved. Look, if he's not involved, there's a reason how all these cops ended up from Tucson down to Rio Rico or whatever it's called. Gal says, Christy, I prefer to call it as much a murder kit. Screw political correct at this point. Oh, yeah, I'm not supposed to say like red rum on YouTube. DFJ makes me laugh. What was he doing? Wait, really, what was he doing? There is actually okay. Geld Walker is all about the kits. You should probably like coin that and sell them. No, not real ones. I'm just kidding. Okay, Prickly Pear says the DoorDash of it all makes me truly scared that Lyft is now offering kids only ride shares. Well, those are two totally different things. DoorDash, I mean, food is one thing, right? The lifts with the kids is another. That is bizarre. I think Uber does that too now, right? I don't know. Let me go back. Yes, Inspector. It looks like he's at a rental car place. I don't know what he's doing there. Wasn't he getting gas? Wasn't that what he was saying? Okay. Oh, was it his hotel? Oh, you thought it was because maybe there's an Enterprise at his hotel. I don't know. Maybe. Just a side note, are you aware that bubble wrap was originally meant to be wallpaper? No, I was not aware of that. That is, you learn something new every day. Where are you getting this info from? Don't take that as fact, you guys. I need Gel to give us the cite your source, please. Let me see if I'm catching up with everyone. Okay. We're going to keep going down. Oh, where did Kinney say? Where's Kinney? I lost it. Sorry. Inspector says psychos are rare. People most time know exactly what they're doing. I don't know. I think psychos are, they're more common than we think, especially lately. Okay. Lori Jane says Fox in Rio Rico. Okay. Hold on. Oh, we have some movement. Maybe he's just getting his car though. Okay, let me go to Fox. I mean, wow, the mother-in-law. Okay. See what Fox says. Okay. They're not posting anything on their main page. Let me see. This is old. I mean, they were in Rio earlier. We saw that these ones already. Court-ordered search of property in Rico underway. Basically, they got a warrant. Media staging is set up. Everyone that now is sleuthing it out. You just to say Rio Rico, and then they're already looking at the Facebook pages and everything. Okay, let me go to.
Was picked up in a traffic stop here in Rio Rico, Arizona, which is about 15 minutes from the border, about an hour and a half south of Tucson. That person was picked
Hour and a half south of, so yeah, I guessed an hour. It was an hour and a half.
up. That person is being questioned, but at this point, we don't know. Where is Nancy Guthrie tonight? That's the big question.
So some people are saying names. I don't think that we have a name yet, so I don't think you can say that. Oh, this was a joke. A DoorDash driver named Carlos and Bitcoin savant living by Mexico border being questioned but not person of interest. What a day in the Nancy Guthrie case. It's actually kind of funny. I have to give that person credit. Okay. So is it no, that's not really a Carlos, is it? All right, I'm going to check one more time for any of our main sources. Let's check it out.
My house taking pictures.
Oh my God, is
and
this
I don't know why. I mean, your son was the one that was
this
detained.
is the mother-in-law.
Yeah, he was detained for. They showed me a video to see if it was him. To see if he. Yeah, he's my son-in-law. If I recognize the thing he was wearing, he doesn't have any of that. He doesn't have anything that comes on the video.
Was it surveillance footage?
From the house, I
Yeah.
think. Yeah, they showed me that picture.
Are you sure? How do you know he doesn't have a ski mask and a mouth light and gloves?
What surveillance video did they show you? I'm sorry.
One outside of
from
the lady.
Nancy's house.
Yeah,
Does that look like?
How does she know? Does she do his laundry? Hold on, I need to start this over.
They keep going in and out of my house taking pictures, and I don't know why. I mean,
And your son was the one that was detained.
yeah, he was detained for. They showed me a video to see if it was him. To see if he. Yeah, he's my son-in-law. If I recognize the thing he was wearing, he doesn't have any of that. He doesn't.
So that's just weird to me. They showed me a video to see if I recognized it, if it was him, but I didn't recognize the clothes he was wearing. But did you recognize the doofus that was walking, the way he walked, his eyes, anything like that?
Have anything that comes on the video?
Was it surveillance footage?
From the house, I think.
Yeah.
They showed me that picture.
What surveillance video did they show you? I'm sorry.
One outside of
from
the lady.
Nancy's house.
Yeah,
Does that look like him?
No, it doesn't look like him. No, not at all.
Has he ever been in trouble?
No. Well, when he was underage.
Okay, but nothing.
They keep going in and out of my house taking pictures.
What did he say was underage?
He was underage.
Trouble?
No. Well, when he was underage.
Has he ever been in trouble? No. Well, when he was underage. What kind of trouble? I hope there's more video. I hope they ask more questions. See, this is why I appreciate JLR, because he would keep this video camera rolling this whole time. I need more. I need more. I need the rest of this. Where is everyone? Oh my God, the guy's name is really Carlos. I thought that person was making a joke. Says Megan Kelly says, Brian Enton just interviewed the mother-in-law of the DoorDash driver being questioned by cops. She said his name is Carlos, that he is broke, is awaiting his tax refund, was evicted from his apartment, and is living with her. No idea if any of this is true, but NN, I think News Nation, is reporting. What? So this person really is named Carlos. Okay, well, let me just repost all of this. What is going on? Oh my God, this is a traffic stop.
Somebody's calling you.
Oh, wow.
Go slow.
Someone got video of the traffic stop. That is a lot of cars.
Go slow.
I just want to pause it. Sorry, I'm looking at it one more time. I just want to pause it. So that had to be the car, right? I'm trying to figure out which one was the car. There's so many police cars. Yeah. Or that had to be it. This one, right? I don't know. I can't even tell. Wow. Oh my God, more. Wow, we already saw that.
There's a chopper. Look.
Okay, well, this is a reporter for ABC, says that Banner Health has now confirmed that Nancy Guthrie is not in their patient directory there. Oh, that hurts my heart. But we should just let everyone know. Where is Nancy? Okay, we have
going
more.
in and out of my house, taking pictures.
That's the same
And
thing.
when he was underage.
What, like, obviously there was more to that. Why do they only show that much? I want to see the rest of that interview. That is crazy to me. Does anyone else think that that's crazy? I'm going to go to the chat in 1 sec. I'm just going to see if there's anything else I can see. Anything new. I don't see anything new. But, whoa, how am I not following? KJen usually has had really, like, I think some of the most up-to-date reporting. Just, I think that they're a good person to follow. Let me go back to the chat. Is anyone still awake? Christina says, okay, so you can hype a live, but you can once the live, but you can't hype a live, but you can once the live is over. You get 3 hyped per week and they reset after Sunday. So you only get 3 per week. Interesting. Okay, so oh, hey, how are you doing, Jungle Vetchel? Her son is 14. He's not the suspect. It's her son-in-law. Yes, yeah, we saw it was her son-in-law. So it had to, so like, you know, I guess it's like whoever's married to her daughter or son. So what else do we got going on here? What are you all talking about? Saw on CNN, it's a FedEx driver. You saw, so is CNN, are they sure? I think it's DoorDash driver. Inspector says the appearance of so many psychos comes from the abundance of information that is fed nonstop, for instance, from social media. Your mind never resets. You know, I don't know about that. I think there's just a lot more psychos than we realize. I don't know. Okay, so we're gonna go. You think they're only 1%? I mean, and how are we gonna know that? Psychos lie all the time. Like, is there are they gonna give out a survey? Like, are you psycho? And you say no. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I think that there's just a lot of psychos out there. Okay, so what else we got going on? Yeah. You says, oh well, the guys shot my police officer brother, only wounded him, but killed 3 other cops. And oh yeah, his family said they were great guys. The cops are bad. Oh, yikes. I'm sorry. Khaleesi says, I hear you, Garth. My stepson needed tubes in his ears because of flu. Oh, okay. You guys are so funny. What? Jungle Vigil and seizing the daughter's white van. So he was driving. He wasn't even driving in his own car. He was driving the daughter's car. That woman, or I guess his wife's car. Sorry, Jivet. No, it's all good. I love the chat, and I love that like you guys are all so supportive of each other and everything. Does anyone know if it was a special light in his mouth? So I asked our expert on accessories for the body, aka CJ, who gave us like the schooling about how Northwest did not have piercings on her hands. She told me that it looked like a pen, I guess a pen light. We literally just got a text from her. I swear to God, it's like Beetlejuice. Okay. She found his Facebook. She said she can't come on because everyone's asleep. His mother-in-law said he drove for UPS. Well, we're hearing DoorDash over here, girl. We're hearing DoorDash. I'm not going to pull it up because I want to make sure we have proof of the name and see if he's actually really a suspect or not. I mean, it sounds like, okay, so if this really was a suspect, don't you think that this would have been more for money and not like a kidnapping? What was he going to do? Bring the body to the house? They use the hair, I can't even say it. Psychopathy, whatever, checklist. Psychopathy checklist revised to come to the 1% measure. Well, I'll just take your word for it. But I do think there's a lot of crazy, crazy people out there. CJ, specialist on body accessories. She is, in my opinion. Let's see. Okay, done with gaming. People are mean as AF. You were gaming where people were mean? Okay, you guys are so funny. On CNN, the lady interviews her son. It's a FedEx. So you heard FedEx on CNN. CJ just said she heard it was a UPS. But we read that it was DoorDash. So like, what one was it? I don't know. Let's go see if there's any more. Well, let's see. Where's JLR? Is he in Rio or whatever it's called? That's so crazy. Where are you going, JLR? See if he's had any commentary. I think he's going there. It's not letting me speed this up. I don't know why. Oh, here we go. So he's going to be on the road for a long time if he's really going there. Okay, I'm going to just leave that there and just see if there's anything else. So, okay, I'm going to put a poll, and I'm curious. Do you guys think there's going to be an arrest tonight? And do you think we should sleep tonight? If there's a break, should I come back or should we just go back tomorrow? I'm going to quickly do a poll. Let me see what my poll is going to be. It's going to be, will there be an arrest tonight? Did Carlos, the Bitcoin savant, do it? All right, I started the poll. Feel free to have at it. And actually, I'm going to repost what that girl said because I thought that was a joke. That's so funny. She was being serious. Okay, let's see. We have another update. Another update. Hold on.
Okay, guys, another update tonight. The SWAT vehicle here at Pima County Sheriff's Department has arrived back. They've kind of parked behind the media here, so I've walked towards where they are, but it looks like they're unloading quite a bit here. So that's the SWAT vehicle right there, and you have a couple deputies here unloading things. They just returned from this whole effort here in the Nancy Guthrie investigation. Here's what you can see what they're unloading. I'm just gonna kind of zoom in the best that I can. I don't want to disturb them, but this is what they're doing. You can see unloading quite a bit of equipment here. Usually they park closer by, but they're staying back here tonight. And there's at least 1, 2, 3, it looks like 4 different people here who are unloading tonight. But again, SWAT just coming back here tonight to the Pima County Sheriff's Department when they left earlier today as part of this effort. We'll stay on top of it.
So there looks like, so if they're returning now to the sheriff's office, then maybe they're turning in for the night. That's interesting. Make sure if you follow this person, she's pretty, like, she seems like she's, I think I've been following her since the Lori Daybell. Let me put her in the chat. She's good. Cause I know most of everyone knows like Brian Enton and all the main ones, but this one, she's been there. She's been on it. Jungle Vet Jill said the interview room said the guy has a thick beard, mustache, No, they didn't say necessarily right-handed. He said that I heard this part. He said if the person was, that's actually like, if he was right-handed, that's how his firearm should have been, but he had his left hand on it, so he could have been left-handed. That's how I understood it. I think the guy was left-handed for sure. But he isn't a moron because he had his left hand on it, but the direction was the wrong way. You see what I'm saying? Like it should have been flipped the other way. That's what they were saying. And if I'm wrong, I'll pull up the clip tomorrow if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure that's how I heard it. And that's how I understood it. Being firearm trained and spending a lot of time holstering and unholstering my gun, that's how I understood it. Question, do you have an account on X to watch on X? I do have an account on X. So hold on. Oh, but to watch live, not to watch live. But let me go to my, I mean, I probably should post my YouTubes there. I've never done a live on X, but I do post all my updates there. There you go. Yeah, I agree. I can go back to that clip because that will bother me. I'm almost like 100% sure he was just saying the direction of the firearm made no sense if he was really like the direction that he should have been right-handed, but they thought he was left-handed because he had his left hand on it and he did everything else with his left hand. I don't know though. That's what I would ask this woman there. Hey, by the way, is your son left-handed or son-in-law? Cool quarter. If you would like just some more surface viewing, you can find YouTube videos on his writings. Oh, who are you even talking about? Okay, so Mystery Diva says, I'll fall asleep and be up in a few hours, right? I know. I feel like I'm going to want to be checking this all night. Yeah, Khaleesi, you're right. We should sleep. It's up to you, FJ. I don't know how many people will be up. I did nap already. No, I agree. I think it's good. We need to sleep, you know. Something is going to probably happen eventually, like this person's detained, and maybe I don't know how long it's going to take to break him, you know, and depending on how quick it takes to break him, does he know where Nancy's body is? Does he know where Nancy is? You know, I think that would be the only thing. If he knows where that is and they can find her, maybe they'll say something, but it could be a long night. And especially, I don't know which of all the teams of the FBI, they have so many amazing, you know, different teams like behavioral analysis unit to do these types of interviews. And I'm sure they have like all the background on him. And I wonder if it's even going to be in English or Spanish or if they're going to have translators. I'm so curious what's going to happen. Let me see if anyone did anything in the poll. Okay, let me see. Will there be an arrest tonight? 73% say no, 27% say yes. So on that note, I think I always trust the chat. That's what I say. I think you guys know best. So we're gonna call it a night. I'm gonna say thank you again. Let me go back through to just everyone who supported the stream. Again, Khaleesi, you're just an angel. Thank you so much for the super chat. Lori, thank you for the super chat. Tiffany, amazing. Thank you for the memberships. That is so kind of you. And Kay Bella, you are one of my favorites. Thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. And again, my mods, Khaleesi, Christina. I think Laura's probably asleep by now. But thank you so much, Christina and Khaleesi, for all your support tonight. And thank you to the chat for all your input. I love hearing your theories. Leave a comment if you feel inclined. Thank you, Kenny. Thank you for being here. And if there is another big break, I can't guarantee I'm going to go live tonight, but you'll definitely be hearing from me tomorrow. So stay tuned. Love you all. Talk soon.